This is LMU and I'm Scott Erlin here with head women's basketball coach Crystal Reeves-Evan. And Coach, haven't talked to you in a while. It's been since Christmas break. A lot's happened since then, but let's just kind of catch up on the past week. Kind of a tough week, tough stretch overall. The game against Anderson on Wednesday had a chance, got down a lot early, and then really had a chance to win that game late. Just talk about that game a little bit.
Well, I think our girls definitely showed their heart to come back from a 8-point deficit and to play with as much fire as they were playing with. Obviously speaks to the character of this team. You know, I just felt like we played 32 to maybe 34 good minutes of basketball in that game, and were we able to put together 40 minutes, we would have pulled out with the victory. And that's what we were trying to do right now. We're just trying to put 40 minutes of good basketball together. And we've got some injuries and some illness that we're dealing with on our team, and it's created different like 5 people out there, different personnel, and changes within our personnel, I should say. And we got to make those adjustments and keep moving forward, and those girls got to be willing to step up and still be able to put together a solid 40 minutes of basketball.
And we don't really want to talk Saturday. Go to Wingate, real tough game. Just kind of a tough first half, and never really recovered from that. But instead, let's kind of something that I don't really ever talk about in my releases or in my video. You mentioned the injuries. The injury bug, it hits every team. The injury bug, the sickness bug, it hits every team this year, and then even later into January. But it's really hit this team harder than any team that I've really been around at this level at any sport. Talk about losing. We've had 2 starters gone for a significant time, and also a major key player off the bench who's been hurt for even longer. Just talk about what you've had to do as a coach to adjust to that.
Well, we've had to completely change our style of play. Obviously, we've lost our post players with Sam and then Stephanie being injured, and with Megan Pittman being sick. So obviously we couldn't really push the ball inside like we've been doing in past games. So as you can tell in our stats, we've been taking a lot more outside shots, and we've been shooting, I believe, 20 plus attempts from the 3-point line the past couple games. And it's one of those situations where we've got shooters on our team, but now that we're getting the shots, we just got to be catching it, ready to shoot, and knocking them down. And again, that's nothing against our shooters. It's just because our game plan was different prior to the injuries, and now we got to play to the strengths of the team. And right now, it's more of an outside game that's our strength at this point. And then also, giving Josie and Lakeisha Beasley a look inside here and there, but again, people are sagging off of us right now because we haven't really shot the ball too well on the perimeter. So they're going to continue to do that until we can prove that we can knock down those shots. And once they do, then we'll be able to work the ball back inside to Josie and Lakeisha. But right now, if we're not hitting the shots, what's the point of having to adjust their defense? And that's kind of the little rut that we're in right now.
Well, and then there are some bright spots you see against Anderson. Shea Coker, who hasn't played tremendous minutes throughout most of the season, she comes in and sets a career high, 18 points. She's on fire, hits 4 3-pointers, 5 tries. And then against Wingate, you see Asia Lee kind of return to last year's form. She just fills out the stat sheet: 20 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. What didn't she do? She had a great game. So I guess that has to at least give you a little bit of confidence seeing, and that, I'm sure that makes you happy to see a couple of perimeter players really stepping up there.
Oh, definitely, and it's again, speaking to their character, Shea Coker's playing out of position right now, and she did an excellent job coming in against Anderson, and also too, she made that matchup difficult for them because she came in, we had 4 guards in at the time, and so they had a post player trying to guard her, and she was able to get available a lot on the perimeter and knock down some open shots that were crucial for us. We desperately needed them. And then with Asia, Asia's had to change positions as well. She was playing the point guard position a lot at Wingate, and she's most of the season has been playing from the 2 guard position, and she was able to get some attacks from the top of the key, and and it was very effective for us. And she was able to really be productive from that position. So obviously they're doing the best job they can. I just feel like give a little bit more time, and our team as a whole will make the same adjustments with the chemistry now, because you got different people playing with different fives playing in there at times that they hadn't had much time to practice with each other. Most teams have a first string, second string, and they're going against each other during practice. Well, now we've had to completely mix up our rotation, and girls are playing out of position and that sort of thing, but they're making the adjustments, and they're playing hard, and at the end of the day, that's all you can ask.
Well, let's look ahead a little bit. You just finished up a stretch, including the last game before Christmas break, where you had 3 or 4 on the road, and now you get a little bit of a favorable stretch for the next 5 are at home. And let's look first to Wednesday, host Tusculum. They come in at 3-8 overall. They're coming off a tough loss at home against Lenore Ryan, and so what do you expect to see from the Pioneers coming in here Wednesday?
Well, Tusculum, I know they're going to be prepared. Matter of fact, I actually played when I was younger. I played AAU basketball with Katrina Williams, their head coach, and she's one of the most competitive girls I ever played with. So I'm sure that she's going to have her team prepared. They've taken a couple of hard knocks in this season as well, with their personnel changing, a couple injuries and whatnot. So they're kind of in the same position that we are. They're working through some things on their team, and we're working through some things on our team. But I don't doubt a bit that Katrina's going to have them right where they need to be and prepared to play us. And they're going to give us a solid 40 minutes, and we're going to have to fight for a victory, same as anybody else in this conference, which, I will say, this conference is tough. It's anybody's game any night, and you just got to be prepared to play. I do feel like we've really made some key adjustments in practice the last few days. I do feel like we're definitely taking steps in the right direction, and I think we're going to be prepared to come out and play 40 solid minutes against Tusculum. We are going to see a different style of defense with them than we have anybody else this team or anybody else this season. They play 1-3-1 full court press, and they also fall back into a 1-3-1 half court. We haven't faced that much this year. Again, with our size, teams haven't chose to play us that way. But I do expect to see that on Wednesday, and we've made some adjustments offensively to prepare for it.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we'll catch up with you next Tuesday.
Thank you.